shed. Just a little speculation there, because I don't know the guy. And I'm not seeing a lot of corn out there this year. There's a few fields. There's the field next to the horse farm. That's full of corn and always is. But a lot of the other fields are just all corn. Now I know our farmer friend at church was saying on his YouTube video that they're generally not growing corn at the moment because the market is very volatile, and so you don't know, you can't predict 1 year to the next if it's going to be any good. Soybeans are a very reliable crop for income, so they're growing a lot of that at the moment. Not that they're done, because they have beef and pork on the farm, so it's not like they can take the winter off. But not like Millennial Farmer, it's sort of, okay, we're done for the year. Can't till the soil because it's frozen, can't do other things because it's not happening. Damn, my tractor needs serviced again. I think we might make it back to the farm before we have to service it, so we'll do it in our shed. Oh, contract finished. Here we go. Yay. Payment. Rolling. Yes, completed fertilizing 5,000. Thank you very much, and we will take this back to the farm. I do have narrow tyres on this, so while we don't destroy the crops in other people's fields, we won't destroy the crops in other people's fields. I could follow this lane and just come in on the south side of our farm. See our buildings already. So, do I want to empty the fertilizer? I want to empty the fertilizer because we're now at the point where I do not need fertilization until next month when the corn starts growing. I'm going to cheat. So this field should come up on contract in June, along with these other two that we're going to drive through. But the big question is going to be, are they going to be hay or silage contracts? Because like I said, I don't have the silage. There we go. Okay, we'll rinse that out. Wash the windows. There is a drain running along there, that's good. So I'm trying to keep all of the containers under shelter when I can. we're done with Deutz work for now. We'll stick the weight over here and we'll have a play with the roller and see if I can get this thing to work. Not with coarse plate, just me driving. Now the thing is while a weight would help compaction, with Farm Sim you tend to get stuck if you use one. So I kind of have to avoid using one. Keep the roller on, but sometimes you have to lift the roller up in order to get... Oh, no, 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 don't roll down the end. Oh. And that's... Oh. Okay, now we're going to... No. Oh, we are... Oh, actually started rolling. Yay. Okay, we're going to leave the pit this way. And drive round. Now eventually we'll get to the point where we've rolled flat all the hills and it'll be easier to drive backwards and forwards here. Right now it's a little bit of a challenge. Having a front loader does help here. We're not going to be able to go forwards with this tractor. Oh, we're at 70. I didn't notice. I should have gone into the shed, fixed this. Nicely, it is 7:30 game time and we're still not looking at it being too dark yet. Contract is 15 minutes to go. It's a good thing. So if I roll the edge of the ridges, that should give me more traction through the middle, so I can roll them flat towards the edge each time. Right now, oops, I'm just going to drive through. But I must remember to raise the roller before I hit the end. So the roller itself is wider than the tractor. So when we get up here, I should be rolling some of this over to the right. You can see it moving a little bit. And lift the roller, and we're off. Contract is 70% done. That's nice. as I said, it's a bit late in the day. I mean, we're going to have to wait till gone 8 o'clock before we can sell any of this on June 1. So in all likelihood, the sale's going to happen on June 2. So it doesn't matter if I don't finish compacting this, lift the wheel, until tomorrow morning. But I have to make sure I get out here and finish this tomorrow morning, or we'll be in trouble. %. Oh. %, and stuck. Not stuck. Now, obviously, as far as the planting the corn is concerned, I do want that planted as early as possible this month. But I think with the growth calendar, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Because we only have one grow day, one planting day. We do have, I think, 2 or 3 harvesting days. But I want to get it harvested as early as possible, so that we can get the grass in and have a good chance that that's going to work as well. So we only got 540,000. Going to need the front loader on the Valtra, I think, to finish off this pit no matter what. Contract is 80%. Good. Right, and that's the big thing is it's not so, because corn is volatile. You want the best yield, which means you've got a lot of fertilizer and everything else going on. And if you pay out on all of that fertilizer and everything else, and you get to the end of the year and corn is really bad, you're gonna make a loss. If you invest in all the fertilizer and stuff and it happens to be a good year to sell corn, then you'll cover your costs from last year. But as you say, beans has a much lower per acre cost, so it doesn't matter at the end of the year how volatile it is, because you're not just trying to cover the cost of the seeds, the tractors and the fuel and everything else. You don't have a lot of fertilizer and other chemicals that you're having to cover the cost of with the beans. How am I doing? 21%, yay. And it is coming up on 11:30 real time. Course play, we are 7.5 minutes. Then we can get the big tractor on this. Well, somewhat big tractor. Yeah, that's the thing. We got rid of the Kubota that did have a front loader on it. This Deutz does not. I could add it, yeah, this Deutz does not have a front loader, so we have lost one front loader vehicle. At least right now. And we are slowly packing out the edges here. We are dragging some grass out though. And I said that earlier on this episode, I thought I'd probably laid that first unload a little bit too close to the far end of the bunker. Also, this bunker appears to be a little bit bugged on the readout. And when we're unloading it, you unload 2/3 of the bunker and it says there's nothing left in it. But you can still carry on pulling. It's just product at that far end just doesn't get sensed. Struggle, come on. I don't want to drive too close to the edge because we will get wedged. So yeah, on other household expenses, I am slightly concerned with minimum specs for FS22. I noticed a lot of games coming out this year. I am borderline minimum requirements. So I'm probably going to be playing, if I bought any games, brand new games this fall, they're probably going to be played on low graphics settings. I've done some research. I can upgrade the graphics card without upgrading my motherboard, but the graphics card I'd be upgrading to is about 2 years old, and 2-year-olds graphics cards are frightfully expensive when compared with brand new, latest. Yeah, if you go for say a GTX 2070, I think I can run a 2080. It's more expensive than buying a brand new motherboard that can run a GTX 4070. So I'm kind of limited. If I don't upgrade my motherboard, then in a couple of years' time, not only am I going to need to buy another new graphics card, I'm going to have to buy another new motherboard. So it makes much more sense to buy a new motherboard and a new graphics card, but then, you know, I can buy a new processor and all the rest of the bells and whistles. So, because I think, you know, for a couple of the games I need a new processor, and I can go up one level of processor on my motherboard before I have to replace it. But all the games coming out this year, the recommended stats are for the processor 1 step above what I have, and a graphics card 1 step above what I have. And next year, obviously, the requirements are going to move on. And if they do, then I'm going to have to buy a new PC, because if I want to stream in high resolution with streaming applications running, I'm going to need the processing power to do it. Obviously, if I was playing Farm Sim, not streaming, this PC would probably last me till Farm Sim 28. But streaming in 25 might be a challenge. So I might need new hardware. Some new hardware. something I've got to bear in mind for next year. 34. Oh, there are 45 seconds until the planter's finished. That's awesome. I think once I've finished this path through, we'll drop that there. We'll go and get our weight on the front. And our weight is the 1500. There. Valtra is finished. I can park this in here. Stick in drive, turn the engine off. Could use some diesel, but not right now. And let's go get the Valtra somewhere. There he is. He's all done. So clear off the course, get paid. 6,000. That's cool. So we've now got 21,000 in the bank. That's good. Where on earth am I? Oh, we're right by the entrance. Yes, of course. Run this back to the farm. I probably actually I probably don't want to put this away in too hard a place to get it out again, because we have 2 fields to plant with corn. Beans, stuff, corn. I'm not sure what sort of amount of seed I'm going to need to plant these 2 fields, but there's about 6 acres, 6 hectares. I can't remember what unit of measure I'm using. So I'll have to make sure that we have enough seed. Actually, I think I have to unfold this before I drop it. The seeder you do. So drop that down and drop that down. Beep. Go and put the seeds in the shed so they don't get rained on. So now that we're actually planting stuff, even if it's just corn and grass, I probably need to consider having a seed tank on the farm, like we have the solid lime fertilizer tank. Okay, let me up to the front loader. Where's the shovel? I did see the shovel somewhere. Oops. Back up. There we go. I think it's over here. Oh yeah. By the house. Okay, now I'm starting to see the light is starting to fail. So it's getting close to nightfall. I did drop the roller somewhere over there. Now I'm not sure that the roller is actually that much bigger than wider than this tractor, because we do have, I think I've got the wide wheels with weights on, so compaction should go faster. Really didn't notice how well I did there. Anyway, let's get this lowered. So this is one of the Maize Plus things. This is the shovel, because we're shoveling chaff, is a pusher at the moment. So you'll see we're pushing stuff in front of the tractor, and that's a problem for us. And while we've got 2,500 litres of chaff in the bucket, it will still scoop the rest. Now, what I need to do is lower the bucket so I can push what's there and not get the tractor hung up on the ridge. Oh, and then I have to lift it so that I don't mess up that. So, yeah, problem is when you go over a ridge, the bucket will drop, and then when you go up a ridge, the bucket will raise too high. So you kind of need to very carefully do all this thing with the bucket, so that you don't mess up what you've already leveled. And I think we'll go around the other end again. And that will be why that's not working. Joystick has a toggle on it, and I hit the toggle button accidentally, so it stopped working the front loader mechanism. Okay, so we push that forward, and then we lift it up so as not to that ahead of me, and then I lift the bucket up so we don't mess with what's behind it and create a huge hole to get stuck in. And tip that back so that we don't drop any more on the floor as we leave. And I still didn't look at how well that's compacted now. And the pusher blades work the same way. So bucket works kind of the same way as a pusher blade does now. What Maize Plus has done is they've basically said, if you are pushing silage, or sorry, if you have fermented silage in a clamp, then we're automatically turning the pusher function off. So you don't end up pushing too much stuff out of the bunker.